Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, the deadline is approaching for the Maine Democratic Party to submit a new nominee for U.S. Senate. We'll have those details coming up.
Plus, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is seeking the whereabouts of an Eddington woman in connection with an infant overdose. We'll have the latest on that.
And the Greater Bangor Daughters of the American Revolution held an event honoring veterans and members of the community. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, buddy.
We're back together again.
Back together. Last week they had me doing all the newscasts at night. And so now I'm trying to get used to getting up at 3 in the morning and being in here.
I would assume that would be difficult.
It is. I'm glad to be back, though.
Yeah,
I missed you.
I am glad you're here.
Yeah, I missed our little morning show we do here.
Absolutely.
Coming up over the next hour, we'll have all the day's news, but first we're going to turn our attention to that forecast. Boy, we had fantastic weather over the weekend.
Yesterday for the lobster boat races,
it
was a beautiful, perfect day.
Yeah, it looks like some clouds will be moving in later on today. We might get a chance for some thunder showers later today and tomorrow, but I think we could use the rain.
Definitely.
Too.
We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. Now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go on this Monday morning. We have some heat moving into the area, so a heat advisory is up until 8 p.m. as we head towards your Tuesday, as well as a small craft advisory posted until your Wednesday at around 6 a.m. There it is along the coast. Meanwhile, this morning, just some clouds passing through. We'll have increasing clouds today as temperatures heat up, and we have warmer temperatures coming up later on this week, as well as some severe weather, strong to severe thunderstorms on the way coming up later on this week as well. As we do zoom things out, we do see some precipitation off towards the north and west. We will stay dry today with some increasing clouds and breezy conditions coming up as well. All right, for today, we do have sunshine to start things off, increasing clouds coming up, some precipitation tonight, and then once we head towards tomorrow, we'll lose that. And then once we head towards Tuesday morning, some storms passing through, and then some more storms as we head towards Tuesday night. Those will be turning severe. The hourly forecast for today, all right, we're dry with increasing clouds. It will be a warm one with temperatures in the upper 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Well, first in the broadcast, the Hancock County Sheriff's Department is investigating a woman's death in Otis. Authorities say they received a 911 call around 4:20 on Sunday afternoon, reporting a woman had been found unresponsive in Beach Hill Pond off Salisbury Cove Road. Bystanders then removed the woman from the water and began CPR before rescuers arrived. They continued the life-saving efforts, but when they reached the scene, but the woman couldn't be saved in the end. She had been identified as 67-year-old Deborah Wedge of Tremont. Officials believe she suffered a medical event while in the water, and there's no indication of any foul play.
Well, in other news, the deadline is inching closer for the Maine Democratic Party to submit a new nominee for U.S. Senate after Graham Plattner withdrew his candidacy on Friday. Over the weekend, the party issued its call to hold a nomination convention on July 25th. On Sunday, they announced the process by which Democrats in Maine's 16 counties will choose delegates for that convention. According to Charlie Digman, chair of the Maine Democratic Party, each county will hold delegate nominating meetings on July 18th or 19th. These meetings will allow eligible Democrats to vote to choose the delegates who will represent their county at that convention, alongside the state committee members already chosen. Every Democrat who was registered at the time of the June 9th primary is eligible to participate.
This process belongs to Maine Democrats. We've established clear rules, equal opportunities for all candidates, and a transparent process that gives Democrats across all 16 counties a decisive voice in selecting our nominee.
The Maine Democratic Party plans to announce the date, time, and location of every county meeting by July 15th. Anyone interested in serving as a delegate needs to file a declaration of intent by 5 p.m. on July 15th. The nomination convention will be held at the Cross Insurance Center right here in Bangor.
And the newest candidate in the race, David Costello, who was just on the ballot for U.S. Senate primary, was out collecting signatures in Brunswick yesterday. Costello ran against Graham Plattner and Governor Janet Mills in June. Costello received about 8% of that vote. He was out yesterday collecting signatures from voters. Costello acknowledged that he was one of the lesser-known candidates on the ballot, but says that won't be an issue if he wins the nomination.
Confident in my background. I'm just not confident in the amount of knowledge people have of me. But I think whoever comes out of the convention won't have any trouble attracting attention, press attention, or voter attention, and the resources needed to challenge Senator Collins in the fall.
Believes he could garner the same support as Plattner if he were to win.
Well, quote, a vote for Collins is a vote for more of the same. That was the message from Democratic U.S. Senate candidate Dr. Nirav Shah during a town hall Sunday in Bangor as he continues his bid to become the party's nominee. While Shah may be a new entrant into the Senate race, the former director of the Maine's Center for Disease Control and Prevention is already a familiar figure to many Mainers. Earlier this year, Shah mounted a bid for governor, leading the field in the early rounds of ranked choice tabulation before ultimately finishing second to Hannah Pingree in June. After Graham Plattner announced last week that he would withdraw from the Senate race, Shah moved quickly to position himself as a candidate capable of both uniting the party and taking on Collins next November.
What I am pledging and committing to today is to continue the tradition of open, accessible, and accountable governance, so that even when I am your U.S. Senator, that connection that we formed way back during very dark times does not get frayed, it does not get severed. And that is a promise that you all can take.
Since announcing his campaign last week, Shah has begun holding a series of town halls all across the state where he has emphasized his ability to both challenge political norms within the party and defeat Susan Collins in one of the nation's most closely watched Senate races. Shah also announced last night that he has already collected the 500 signatures required to qualify for the nominating convention.
Well, in other news this morning, an Eastbrook man is facing several charges after authorities say he forced a motorcycle off the road during a road rage incident in Franklin, seriously injuring that driver. According to the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, a crash was reported on Blackwoods Road in Franklin shortly before 12:30 p.m. on Saturday. Police said the initial reports indicated the crash stemmed from a road rage incident in which the driver of a pickup truck intentionally struck a motorcycle, forcing the motorcycle into a guardrail. The motorcycle then lost control, left the roadway, and then crashed. Authorities said the driver of the pickup truck, later identified as 43-year-old Shannon Abbott of Eastbrook, fled the scene. However, witnesses were able to provide deputies with the license plate number, and they were able to locate him. The motorcycle operator was transferred to a local hospital and then flown to another hospital for treatment. The sheriff's office says the rider remains in serious but stable condition. Abbott was arrested and transported to the Hancock County Jail. He's been charged with aggravated assault, reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, aggravated driving to endanger, and leaving the scene of a personal injury crash. That investigation is currently ongoing.
Meanwhile, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is seeking the whereabouts of an Eddington woman in connection with an infant overdose back in May. The Sheriff's Office has obtained an arrest warrant for 36-year-old Brittany Wood, who police say failed to turn herself in. She is wanted on a Class B felony of domestic violence, aggravated assault, and a Class D crime of endangering the welfare of a child. Authorities say her warrant is related to a thorough investigation of that incident where an infant overdosed on opioids in Eddington. That incident took place back on May 31st. The Sheriff's Office says they've communicated intentions to arrest Wood to both her and her attorney and are now asking the public to help locate her. Wood is listed online as a member of the RSU 63 School Board. We have reached out to members of the school board and school department for confirmation and comment, but have not heard back. If you have any information about Wood's whereabouts, you're urged to contact the Penobscot Regional Communications Center.
Meanwhile, a man from Maine is facing charges after leading police on a chase into New Hampshire. Police say it started at the Alpha Sports Center in Limerick early on Sunday morning when a man was spotted slumped over the wheel. Officials say the man took off when police knocked on his window and rammed a state police cruiser while trying to get away. The pursuit ended in Wakefield, New Hampshire, when the vehicle went off the road and crashed into some woods. 36-year-old James King is now facing a number of charges, and police believe alcohol played a role in that incident.
Firefighters are keeping their eyes on flames that erupted Sunday in Otisfield. That's where a woods fire spread to about 5 acres in size. The fire is now contained, but the fire department says the heat and dry weather could cause the flames to spread again. Authorities will continue to monitor it and are urging people to be cautious if they're traveling in that area.
Meanwhile, the Maine Supreme Court has rejected an appeal that sought to place a citizens' initiative dealing with transgender athletes on the ballot. Secretary of State Shenna Bellows invalidated more than 1,500 signatures from state petition circulators. The referendum sought to ban transgender girls from female school sports. In response, Bellows said, quote, "Citizen initiatives are a powerful tool of direct democracy in our state, and Maine voters should have just as much confidence in petition integrity as they do in the security of our elections. This petition did not meet legal requirements for inclusion and therefore did not qualify for the ballot after our legal review," end quote. The Protect Girls Sports in Maine ballot committee saying they disagreed with that decision, saying in part, quote, "The Protect Girls in Maine committee disagrees with the law court's decision and has already filed suit in federal court. 1,520 otherwise valid voter signatures hang in the balance. We intend to see that process through," end quote. And while former advocates for Maine's LGBTQ community say it's a success, Gia Drew, the executive director of Equality Maine, and she said in part, quote, "All students should feel welcome and included at school, including trans kids, who deserve the same opportunities as their peers. Today's ruling from the Maine Supreme Court clarifies and upholds Maine commitment to ensure that there's a fair and just process related to citizen petitions," end quote.
Boy, lots going on.
Lots going on. Well, the time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a celebration was held on the waterfront of Castine to welcome home the State of Maine vessel.
We'll join that celebration coming up, but first another look at that forecast. Clouds moving in today. The high temperatures will be around 87 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms later in the day. They could be strong, too. Low temperatures in the mid-60s. And then mostly cloudy with severe storms late tomorrow. Highs around 92. We'll be back with more right after this.
What happens when Will Ferrell, Molly Shannon, Hannah Waddingham, Octavia Spencer, Brandy, Rita Ora, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Luke Wilson all come to GMA this week?
Can you repeat the question?
Good Morning America.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow!
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
It's America's 250th birthday. The Maine Semi-Quincentennial Commission invites you to connect Maine stories to America's legacy, sharing Maine's contributions to the nation's story, and exploring Maine's role in America's future. From potlucks to parades and more, you'll find a full list of many exciting America 250 events on our page on the maine.gov/SOS website. Happy birthday, America! Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Office of the Secretary of State of Maine.
Your cat was attacked.
You're not taking any responsibility. How do I know our cat didn't die of old age? So you think that having a cat in your dog's mouth is painless?
Hot Bench. Monday at 3 on ABC 7.
Big changes may finally be on the horizon for the Bangor Mall property. Our Alex Schley with more.
After years of uncertainty, the future of the Bangor Mall property is moving closer to taking shape. Mike Cole, spokesperson for the group working to purchase and redevelop the mall, says they've cleared what proved to be the biggest hurdle in the process and are now just weeks away from finalizing the sale.
Due diligence, yeah, I mean, that's everything from inspecting the building. It's every aspect of the property, inspecting the building,
the title work. We got the lawsuit in the mix.
Cole says one of the biggest takeaways from the process was the condition of the structure itself.
I think that was one of the biggest surprises, is structurally that building is solid. So, you know, there's things that need to be updated, electrical and HVAC, you know, the exterior, things like that. There's a lot of changes that's going to happen there, but the building is solid. The foundation is solid.
While the process has taken longer than developers originally expected, Cole says clearing the due diligence period is a major step forward.
We're moving on to the next phase. Usually if something was going to fall apart, it falls apart in the due diligence period.
City officials say the redevelopment could have a major impact, not just on the property, but on the future of the Bangor area.
It has huge economic significance because the value of the property had been $150 million, and now it's down to $15 million. I'm really excited by the local investors who are working very, very hard to keep this deal going.
The group has previously announced plans to include condominiums as part of the redevelopment. Cole says they are working with architects to create more detailed renderings of what the future of the property could look like, with plans to share those images with the public in the coming weeks. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Daughters of the American Revolution's Bangor chapter held a special event honoring local veterans and community members on Saturday. The organization consists of local women who are direct descendants of Revolutionary War soldiers. In Herman, they gathered to recognize veterans with quilts of valor, handmade quilts awarded to those touched by war, to thank them for their service and as a symbol of comfort and healing.
You know, myself and another female veteran in the chapter, and we were graciously awarded Quilts of Valor. It's nice to get recognition, you know, for the sacrifices that we make.
Well, additionally, they awarded a prestigious Distinguished Citizen Medal to Doc Goodwin for his work as president of the Maine Veterans Project. They also gave a $1,000 donation to that organization.
For MVP being an 11-year-old organization, to be recognized by such a prestigious and long-standing organization such as the DAR was very, humbling, very special, and it's truly amazing to show that people see what we do.
For more information on the Greater Bangor DAR, you can visit the story on our website.
Well, after more than 2 years without its own training vessel, Maine Maritime Academy is entering a new era at sea. On Sunday, the university welcomed home the state of Maine, a $330 million ship designed to transform how the next generation of mariners train. Once again, our Alex Schley shows us why this vessel is considered a game changer for the academy.
It's a happy day for Maine Maritime Academy.
The sound of celebration filled the waterfront in Castine Sunday, as hundreds of family members, friends, and faculty welcomed home the state of Maine, a 525-foot training vessel specifically designed for Maine Maritime Academy.
We train twice as many students at the same time, and Maine Maritime prides itself really on that hands-on education, that experiential learning. We still teach the old things, hydraulics, diesels, steam, electricity, the things that are intangible for any engineer, but we're learning the modern day ship systems, the electronic systems on these ships.
The state of Maine can accommodate up to 600 cadets and features a dedicated training bridge, navigation lab, 2 full-size engine rooms, classrooms, and a laboratory space, giving students the opportunity to practice the skills they will need before they enter the maritime industry. The vessel departed in Maine with more than 250 Maine maritime students aboard. The cadets sailed from Portland to Galveston, Texas, where they picked up 240 students from Texas A&M.
We did 3 or 4 days of lifeboat training down there. We sailed from there to Charleston, South Carolina, from Charleston to St. John's, Newfoundland, St. John's, Newfoundland, down south to Port Everglades, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and then sailed north to New York City for the 250th anniversary of the country.
After more than 2 months away from home, families say they're ready to have their loved ones back.
Daddy's excited to go here.
Officials say the arrival of the state of Maine represents a major investment in the future of Maine Maritime Academy, helping prepare students for the complex, technology-driven challenges they face at sea. In Castine, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Well, the time now is 6:19. After the break overnight, the U.S. launched a new round of strikes at Iran. We'll have the very latest coming up.
Plus, dangerous heat and bad storms all across the country. Those stories and more right after this.
Carpets looking tired, stained, or just plain dirty? It's time to call the pros. At C&R Carpet Cleaning, we use deep steam technology to remove dirt, odors, pet hair, and allergens fast. Fresh, clean carpets, healthier home. That's the C&R promise. Visit our Facebook page for a free estimate or call us today, 631-7380. Step into clean with C&R Carpet Cleaning.
Do you take propane tank?
Anything goes.
How about cardboard?
Anything goes.
How about old rug?
Yeah, anything goes.
So this too?
Furniture removal, basements, garages, attics, hoarder houses. It doesn't matter here at Anything Goes Junk Removal. Anything goes. Well, almost anything.
Did you know Susan Collins was the deciding vote for Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade? And she voted to put more than 100 Trump judges on the bench. Because of Susan Collins, states are banning abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. And women are dying. And she's still standing by it.
I do not regret that vote.
Tell Susan Collins, stop voting for Trump's anti-choice judges.
Welcome back, everyone. Dangerous extreme heat being felt by millions from the Southwest to the upper Midwest today, with triple-digit heat expanding to places that rarely see such temperatures.
Elsewhere, storm damage cleanup is currently underway. Here's ABC's Hannah Battah.
This morning, a state of emergency declared in Philadelphia after fast-moving microburst storms tore through the city.
We saw utility poles literally split in half like matchsticks.
Straight-line wind gusts of up to 70 miles per hour, ripping roofs off buildings and downing hundreds of trees, many landing on cars.
It was shocking because the car just got paid off.
In Missouri, at least one person is dead and more than 350 people had to be rescued after 6 to 12 inches of rain triggered flash flooding. Black Hawk helicopters were brought in to rescue more than 200 children and staff from a summer camp.
One of the cabins, you couldn't even see because you could only see the tippy top of the roof.
You just feel so helpless as a parent.
The National Weather Service calling it a once-in-a-thousand-years event. Parts of Tennessee and Louisiana also inundated. One person using a paddleboard to navigate the streets near New Orleans. Meanwhile, in the West, a dangerous heat dome is on the move. After fueling wildfires like the 2,700-acre Summit Fire northeast of Los Angeles, the heat expanding eastward, setting records from Utah to Montana. New all-time highs were set in Salt Lake City, where the temperature hit 109, and in Billings, Montana, which hit 111 degrees. International Falls, Minnesota, on the Canadian border, could see its first 100-degree day in more than a century. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
We're keeping a close eye on that stormy weather, too. There's a potential for some very strong thunderstorms around here tomorrow night. We'll be hearing more about that as we approach that.
At least it's not 110 degrees.
At least it's not 110, yeah.
Now let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go. A heat advisory up until 8 p.m. as we head towards your Tuesday. Not only do we have warm temperatures, but the higher humidity levels will make feels-like temperatures feel close to 100 degrees or so at times. We also have a small craft advisory up until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Wednesday along the coast. For now, we're calm out there, and I mean very calm. Wave heights not too bad at all this morning. Meanwhile, we do have some clouds that are passing through this morning. We'll have increasing clouds as we do have a boundary that will be approaching soon, and that will help to get some rain showers and a few rumbles of thunder that will be developing coming up soon. But again, it's tomorrow we do have to keep our eye on for strong to severe thunderstorms thunderstorms late afternoon and parts of the evening time frame. All right, futurecast. We do have increasing clouds for us today. Later on tonight, we do have some rain showers and a few rumbles of thunder on the way. And then for tomorrow, here's what we have our eye on. A morning chance for a storm or two. And then once we head towards the evening period, that's where the strongest severe storms will begin to pass through. All right, here's that threat. We have an enhanced risk for strongest severe storms. And then that threat drops off just a little bit, but still a slight risk. Either way, though, we have large hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes possible as we head into your Tuesday, primarily as we head towards late Tuesday afternoon and in the evening time frame. We need to be watching this closely as we head into your Tuesday. All right, we have plenty of moisture to work with too as we do push forward. Look at this through Tuesday. Dew points rising into the 70s, pushing forward. So for today, increasing clouds and breezy, upper 80s for the high, and that southwest wind at about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, mid 60s, mostly cloudy, a chance for thunderstorms with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And then for tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a chance for strong to severe thunderstorms late. Again, low 90s for the high, and that southwest wind at about 25 miles per hour. All righty, let's check out your extended forecast. Wednesday, a lot better, mostly sunny, highs in the mid 80s. More thunderstorms Thursday, highs in the low 80s. And then for your Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s.
From the heart of Maine, where rugged beauty meets timeless craftsmanship, Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, taming the outdoors through groundwork, retaining walls and seawalls, building custom fireplaces that become the centerpiece of your home, crafting granite steps and patios that invite you outdoors, designing hardscapes that turn yards into living spaces, built to last, crafted for life. Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, quality in every stone.
Imagine stepping onto your brand new deck, enjoying all the benefits of your expanded outdoor living space. Hammond Lumber Company can help turn that vision into reality. Visit any of Hammond's expansive showrooms and explore a world of possibilities. The timeless beauty of wood, the resilience of composite or affordable durable PVC. Railing options from traditional wood to sleek aluminum and contemporary cable railing. On-site consultation and delivery are available. Get started on your new deck when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Ready to create your backyard oasis? Alexander's Professional Landscaping will work with you to create your perfect outdoor space. Work one-on-one with our landscape designer to create a unique garden to fit your family's personal aesthetics and lifestyle. Have our pros install your new lawn, garden, or patio. Schedule a consultation today by calling 573-4497. Alexander's Professional Landscaping, the way landscaping should be.
Bring the family for a day of fun on Paris Hill Village Green. It's the Founders Day Big Classic Auto Show. See Duesenbergs, Packards, Stutz, Bearcat, Delahaye, Tucker, the very best from the golden age of the automobile. Plus movie celebrities like the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car and much more, all to benefit the Hamlin Memorial Library and Museum. Bring the family. Go to Hamlin Library website for details.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. The U.S. conducted a new attack on Iran as both sides attempt to control the Strait of Hormuz. ABC's Karen Waugh is in Washington with the latest.
Overnight, the U.S. launched a new round of strikes at Iran. An official says an American aircraft shot down Iranian missiles and drones that were attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Central Command sharing this video, explosions lighting up the sky. In response, Iran fired shots at U.S. allies Kuwait and Bahrain and claims it caused damage to an American base in Bahrain. During weekend negotiations in Oman, U.S. officials expected Iran to publicly agree to stop attacking vessels in the strait. Instead, Iran targeted American ships that used unapproved routes and ignored warnings from its navy. Now Iran says it's closed the strait until the, quote, end of American interventions in this region. But President Trump insists the strait remains open.
It's open. We bombed the hell out of them last night.
This recent escalation in the Middle East is causing gas prices to go up for the first time in about 2 months. The average cost of a gallon at $3.87 this morning, up 7 cents from last week, according to AAA. Overnight, the United Nations Secretary General saying he is, quote, deeply concerned by the serious escalation in fighting. He called on both sides to resume negotiations. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
Well, now to the death of Republican Senator Lindsey Graham. His colleagues on both sides of the aisle are explaining why he was so effective in the decades on Capitol Hill, as we learn more about the cause of death. He was just 71 years old. Sophie Flay with more.
New details about the sudden death of Senator Lindsey Graham. First responders were called to his home Saturday night.
Cardiac arrest.
A preliminary report indicates cause of death was an aortic dissection, a tear in the main artery that carries blood from the heart.
It supplies all the blood supply to the entire body and all of our vital organs. When the aorta ruptures, it can be a fatal event. We know that these types of events occur with greater frequency as people get older, but also hypertension, high cholesterol, smoking are also major risk factors.
Graham celebrated his 71st birthday last Thursday and had just returned from a trip to Ukraine.
The sooner we can have a dialogue about peace, the quicker this war is over.
President Trump says he spoke with Graham Saturday, just before his death.
And he said, you know, I feel good, but I'm tired. He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually. People don't realize what a good politician he was. He could go in and get something approved.
Colleagues on both sides of the aisle paying their respects.
I am stunned when he would be in the right place at the right time. Man, he could get things done.
In Washington, Graham was a fixture in the hallways. Quick with the quip, never afraid of a tough question, and famously low tech, joking that he was a proud member of the Congressional Flip Phone Caucus. His critics often noted the contradictions in his career. A one-time Trump critic.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
Who became one of Trump's closest allies. But those who knew him say those shifts were part of the man, a politician who believed he could only get things done for the American people if he remained in power. Graham was especially close with the late Senators John McCain and Joe Lieberman. McCain's widow posting this picture saying, Graham loved his country deeply and devoted himself to it every day. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
In other news, the CDC is tracking a growing number of cases of a parasitic infection impacting more than 30 states, but health officials are struggling to pinpoint the exact source of that outbreak. Some restaurants are even changing their menus as a parasitic intestinal infection linked to produce spreads to more parts of the country. Many states are impacted, including Michigan, which now has 1,500 cases. The CDC says outbreaks have typically been linked to fresh produce such as raspberries, basil, snow peas, lettuce, and cilantro. Experts say while washing produce is recommended, rinsing alone cannot fully remove the parasite if it's in the crevices of the berries or leafy greens. And when eating out, they recommend to avoid salad bars and fresh fruit. Good advice there.
I always avoid them.
Always?
No. I like a good salad every now and then.
Yeah, salads are good. Yeah. Well, coming up on the second half of the newscast, over the weekend, the Skowhegan community celebrated the 50th anniversary of the last log drive.
We'll have that story and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
There's a new head of admissions at Northern Maine Community College in Presque Isle, whose life story is inspiring.
I had a wonderful mom who instilled in me to work hard, have good work ethic, and she would point out other disabled people to me and say, this person can't speak, but you have a voice. And you have a good brain that God has given you.
We'll hear all about Lisa Olson's journey tonight on ABC 7 News at 6.
Davis Brothers Furniture is expanding. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest, and we are now proud to offer flooring for your home, featuring both carpeting and luxury vinyl flooring. We even have an installer in-house with over 30 years of experience. Come see the reason people have been traveling from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford for decades. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different, delivering statewide.
After her accident, Alyssa knew the insurance company was playing games with her future, so she called Joe.
I knew I only had one opportunity to get this right.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein knows how to get you every dollar you deserve for your accident.
The outcome was amazing. I couldn't be happier. They got me way more than I expected.
The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Accidents happen to be their specialty.
If you want the best, call Joe.
Tell them you mean business.
Did you know Susan Collins was the deciding vote for Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade? And she voted to put more than 100 Trump judges on the bench. Because of Susan Collins, states are banning abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. And women are dying. And she's still standing by it.
I do not regret that vote.
Tell Susan Collins, stop voting for Trump's anti-choice judges.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, July 13th, 2026, and this is also Gruntled Workers Day. Not disgruntled.
Gruntled.
This is for gruntled workers.
This day invites us to celebrate the positive aspects of our jobs and careers. It's easy to get discouraged and find things that are negative about our jobs, but this day challenges us to find meaning, purpose, and gratitude in our daily work. It's a time to reflect on what we enjoy, appreciate our colleagues, and consider making a positive change.
A lot of it has to do with just having a positive attitude.
Exactly. Yeah, I think this is a good day to celebrate for sure.
I had a time not too long ago where I didn't have a job. I was working for myself. I didn't have benefits and any of that. And
right.
I'm just thankful to have a job now.
Yes, definitely. All good things.
Yeah. All right, time for some history. It was on this day back in 1923, a sign with giant letters spelling out Hollywoodland was dedicated in the Hollywood Hills to promote a real estate subdivision. The last four letters were later removed in 1949, and that iconic sign continues to be a symbol of the local movie industry. I never knew that it started with a real estate deal.
Well, I never knew that the four last letters were taken away.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
We learn something new every morning.
We sure
here.
do.
Meanwhile, in 1930, the first FIFA World Cup was held in Uruguay. In 1960, President John F. Kennedy was nominated for the presidency. And in 1973, on this date, former presidential aide Alexander Butterfield revealed to the Senate's Watergate Committee that President Nixon had a secret White House taping system. Those tapes helped spur the president's resignation.
And in 1977, lightning strikes caused a power blackout in much of New York City, leading to a night of widespread looting, arson, and vandalism. That resulted in nearly 4,000 arrests and became known as the Night of Terror. In 1985, some of the world's best-known recording artists came together to help fight famine in Ethiopia. They held a Live Aid benefit concerts in both London and in Philadelphia, raising more than $100 million for famine relief. And lastly, in 1993, the Mexican grill chain Chipotle opened its first restaurant in Colorado.
Now they've got hundreds all around the country.
Love Chipotle.
All right, for birthdays today, they include actor Harrison Ford, not Luke Skywalker, Han Solo. That's who he is. He's 84 today. Rapper Lil Kim is 52, and actor Patrick Stewart from Star Trek and so many other things, he is 86 today. Happy birthday to them and to you also if your birthday's today.
We'll now turn things right back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. Now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go on this Monday morning. We have some heat moving into the area, so a heat advisory is up until 8 p.m. as we head towards your Tuesday, as well as a small craft advisory posted until your Wednesday at around 6 a.m. There it is along the coast. Meanwhile, this morning, just some clouds passing through. We'll have increasing clouds today as temperatures heat up, and we have warmer temperatures coming up later on this week, as well as some severe weather, strong to severe thunderstorms on the way coming up later on this week as well. As we do zoom things out, we do see some precipitation off towards the north and west. We will stay dry today with some increasing clouds and breezy conditions conditions coming up as well. All right, for today, we do have sunshine to start things off. Increasing clouds coming up, some precipitation tonight. And then once we head towards tomorrow, we'll lose that. And then once we head towards Tuesday morning, some storms passing through. And then some more storms as we head towards Tuesday night. Those will be turning severe. The hourly forecast for today, all right, we're dry with increasing clouds. It will be a warm one with temperatures in the upper 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, still to come here this morning, Max Sturm with sports.
Don't go away.
Keep your boat safe, functional, and beautiful with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales rep can help you choose the perfect lift for your boat. Shoremaster's exclusive Whisper winch offers the industry's smoothest and quietest operation. Add speed and convenience with a Shoremaster lift motor. And Shoremaster's modular Infinity design makes it easy to upgrade with accessories when you're ready. Take your boating experience to the next level with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
Happy Endings in downtown Bangor. This is where a delicious dinner meets a great drink. From the first bite to the last, Happy Endings serves the kind of meal you don't rush. And behind the bar, smooth, crisp drinks made just right. Perfect for date night, a night out, or your new favorite stop downtown. Happy Endings, 32 Main Street, Bangor. Open 7 days a week. Follow us on Facebook for specials and events.
Hi, I'm Barry, third-generation owner of Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear. For over 100 years, we have been a destination for Western saddlery and equine tack. But hold on, partner. We are a store with much more. We are fully stocked with Western apparel and, of course, Western boots for the entire family. For summer concerts, formal events, how about riding horses? Even safety toe work boots. All boots purchased receive a free coating of leather preservative. Cowboy up. Gas Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono.
ABC 7 and Fox 22's Jack Webb named Maine's Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Max Sturm. I'm joined alongside by Adam Gaudreau, the athletic director at Dexter Regional High School. Adam, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So we're going to get right into it. Believe it or not, it's been almost a year since you guys in Dexter finished third place in the T-Mobile Friday Night Lights sweepstakes, and that was just a crazy time for you guys. A lot has happened since then, but I want to go back to last year. Just ask you about the event and how insane was it to kind of be a part of that whole thing and see a school in a town so small be recognized on a national level?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty surreal to be honest. You know, when we get the call and said that we were a finalist for the T-Mobile Friday Night Lights sweepstakes, it was like, okay, well, what does that mean? And so they told us that we were one of 25 finalists. We get $25,000 right off the bat for just being part of the competition. That in and of itself was just an amazing celebration just to get the $25,000. And then after day one of the voting, we were in first place. So that just built the excitement among our small community. So we saw the support, we saw the people come out and jump online and put their votes in to support us. And yeah, we ended up third place overall. We didn't win it all, but we did get an extra $50,000 for that third place finish.
Yeah, you mentioned community and support, and I mean, I saw that firsthand going out to the event that you guys held. There's signs all in the windows in town for this event, just supporting, telling people to vote. What was it like to see the community just surround you guys and support you?
Well, I mean, it was just a bunch of excitement in the community. So we're a very prideful community. It shows that we support one another in our small section of Maine. And they just came out in droves to say, hey, we think this is a great opportunity. We see the need. Let's try to make it happen. And we had alumni from all across the country jumping on and voting and sharing their support online. So that just felt really good coming from a small community in Maine.
And the support was really felt. You guys finished in third place. You got $75,000. We'll get to the later investments later on in this show, but with that $75,000, what did that money alone do for the athletics programs over at Dexter?
Well, I mean, Our number one goal when we started out and we were, campaigning for support was to put lights on our football field and our athletic facility there. We never had lights in the school's history on that field, so that was our number one priority, and we wanted to see that through. Now that $75,000 was some seed money, helped us get a conceptual design done for a field upgrade, where the poles would have to go, met with Musco Lighting, who we ended up going with and contracting with to order the lights. And so it just helped us get things started, and it helped us springboard into a fundraising campaign. We saw the support when all it cost was a vote. We were hoping that support was there when it cost a little bit more, and it's shown that has been the case.
Yeah, expand on that a little bit, because obviously you guys didn't win the whole thing and get the lights, but you guys are still putting lights in anyway. How did that come to be? What more support did you need from the community?
Sure. $75,000 is a lot of money from the T-Mobile campaign, but it's not enough to put lights in. So we knew that going forward, so we knew we were going to have to do something to raise the rest of the funds. And so we started this fundraising campaign, reaching out to our alumni, reaching out to businesses, local businesses, families and friends to say, hey, can you support us with a little bit of monetary values? So we instituted a donor wall, so we had levels that people could donate and be recognized on our donor wall when this came to fruition. And so with all that being said, we had an end goal of $250,000, which is what we thought it would cost to purchase the lights and install the lights, which is pretty accurate based on current costs and right now. So with that being said, we've pretty much raised the $250,000 to make this happen, and the lights were purchased. They were delivered yesterday, so it was exciting to see that truck roll in from Musco Lighting and the lights being taken off the truck. Holes were drilled yesterday and today. So things are moving and shaking, and we're going to have lights up by the end of July, it looks like.
Yeah, I can't imagine just how excited you are, the student athletes, and the whole community is to finally have some Friday night lights. So you mentioned the end of July is probably when it's going to be done. Will we see Friday night football at Dexter this year for the first time ever?
So I will be honest with you. I've been kind of bullheaded about this. I said we're going to have Friday night lights. We're going to have Friday night games this coming fall, so I made sure that there were Friday night games on our schedule for the fall season.
We are super excited about that. I'm really excited to get out there this fall and cover that and bring it to the Sports Blitz. But right now, though, that's Adam Gaudreau. I'm Max Sturm. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back after the break.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
Still getting glitched by cable internet? Enough already. Fidium is 100% fiber internet. Ultra reliable, lightning fast.
Night, bud.
So everything you do online works exactly like it should.
Zach, go to bed.
Fiber up to Fidium. Get plans starting at only $30 a month at fidiumfiber.com.
I went through a pretty bad divorce. My ex handled all the finances and ruined my credit. No money in savings, and an 8-year-old daughter that I was trying to raise. My coworker said, try your local credit union. It changed my life. The credit union actually cared about my story and not just what was on paper. I just got pre-approved for a home loan to buy our first house. The credit union, they gave me the confidence I needed. They were like family.
Welcome back, everyone. Are you still chewing? He is eating a muffin.
I'm eating my muffin. You can talk and I'll eat my muffin.
Well, 50 years ago, an era in Maine history came to an end when the last log drive in the United States floated down the Kennebec River over the weekend, and the Skowhegan community will commemorate the milestone, commemorate the milestone with a 3-day celebration.
Now I can talk. Our Alex Sly tells us what the weekend meant for those who drove the Kennebec.
I'd like to tell you this story, boys, about taking down the drive. Well, my foreman's name is Buster, boys. He also does reside by the banks of this river in Skowhegan, Maine.
This weekend, Skowhegan is looking back on that history as the community marks the 50th anniversary of the last log drive in the United States.
I'm going to see guys this Saturday that I haven't seen for 50 years. A bunch of the guys that worked on the drive are still alive. We're going to get together and be in the parade at Skowhegan, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It was a great bunch of men that I worked with, good guys, country people, people from rural Maine, hard workers.
For generations, log drivers were the backbone of Maine's timber industry, moving millions of trunks downriver to paper and sawmills across the state.
The environmental movement was quite strong at that time, and a lot of people felt that the wood polluted the river.
In 1971, the Maine legislature passed a law requiring log drives to end come the fall of 1976, effectively bringing to an end a way of life that had come to define Maine's rivers.
I wasn't pleased. I liked the job.
It was his favorite job and his first job. David started working the drive as a junior in high school, making $1 an hour and putting in 55-hour weeks alongside his father and brother.
And I ended up working there for 10 years until the drive ended in 1976.
On November 16th of that year, the last logs were pulled from the Kennebec, marking the end of log driving not only in Maine, but across the country. David says he anticipates this weekend will be reminiscent of his last days on the Kennebec, which he wrote the song Last Drive about 50 years ago.
Every one of us knows this is the last time we'll take her down.
In Skowhegan, Alex Sly for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
What a neat story. Had a blast at the log days,
yeah,
too.
I was going to say, you probably learned so much.
On the road show there Friday night, and they had all kinds of fun things throughout the weekend. I saw some video from the bed races they had, too.
Oh, really?
That'd be neat to get a team together next year and do that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, good time.
Well, now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center. Now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, here we go. A heat advisory up until 8 p.m. as we head towards your Tuesday. Not only do we have warm temperatures, but the higher humidity levels will make feels-like temperatures feel close to 100 degrees or so at times. We also have a small craft advisory up until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Wednesday along the coast. For now, we're calm out there, and I mean very calm. Wave heights not too bad at all this morning. Meanwhile, we do have some clouds that are passing through this morning. We'll have increasing clouds as we do have a boundary that will be approaching soon, and that will help to get some rain showers and a few rumbles of thunder that will be developing coming up soon. But again, it's tomorrow. We do have to keep our eye on for strong to severe thunderstorms late afternoon and parts of the evening time frame. All right, futurecast. We do have increasing clouds for us today. Later on tonight, we do have some rain showers and a few rumbles of thunder on the way. And then for tomorrow, here's what we have our eye on. A morning chance for a storm or two. And then once we head towards the evening period, that's where the strongest severe storms will begin to pass through. All right, here's that threat. We have an enhanced risk for strongest severe storms. And then that threat drops off just a little bit, but still a slight risk. Either way, though, we have large hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes possible as we head into your Tuesday, primarily as we head towards late Tuesday afternoon and in the evening time frame. We need to be watching this closely as we head into your Tuesday. All right, we have plenty of moisture to work with, too, as we do push forward. Look at this through Tuesday. Dew points rising into the 70s, pushing forward. So for today, increasing clouds and breeze. breezy, upper 80s for the high, and that southwest wind at about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, mid-60s, mostly cloudy, a chance for thunderstorms with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And then for tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a chance for strong to severe thunderstorms late. Again, low 90s for the high, and that southwest wind at about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast. Wednesday, a lot better, mostly sunny, highs in the mid-80s. More thunderstorms Thursday, highs in the low 80s. And then for your Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s.
Did you know Susan Collins was the deciding vote for Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade? And she voted to put more than 100 Trump judges on the bench. Because of Susan Collins, states are banning abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. And women are dying. And she's still standing by it.
I do not regret that vote.
Tell Susan Collins, stop voting for Trump's anti-choice judges.
Do you take propane tank?
Anything goes.
How about cardboard?
Anything goes.
How about old rug?
Yeah, anything goes.
So this too?
Furniture removal, basements, garages, attics, hoarder houses. It doesn't matter here at Anything Goes Junk Removal. Anything goes. Well, almost anything.
Are you experiencing foot pain? Comfort Shoes and More has a team of experts trained in pet orthics to help you find relief. They offer tailored fittings, shoe modifications, customized orthotics, and much more for the ordinary or for the hard-to-fit foot, with fashionable and functional footwear from today's top brands: Hoka, Brooks, Keen, Teva, Taos, Ufus, and Birkenstocks. From running to walking, casual or dress, they have it all. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
On Dancing with the Stars, The Next Pro, 12 of the best dancers join me for the audition of a lifetime.
I'm here to win.
Woo! This is what hunger looks like.
Nothing is gonna stop me.
Next Jeopardy! He's got his hands on over $200,000. Now,
you say it's your Earth Day.
Is another win in his nature?
That's amazing.
Next Jeopardy! Only on ABC7.
Thousands flocked to downtown Bangor to appreciate some local art on Saturday. The annual Summer Sidewalk Art Festival brought art lovers from all over the community to enjoy a wide array of art handcrafted by local individuals. The event offers everything from paintings to jewelry to live music, food, and much more. Organizers say the event offers something for everyone and helps support small businesses all over the Bangor area.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's easy to forget how much fun it is to go out and just be around other people who are doing other things, and I think it's a good opportunity for that. We really try to cover all the bases, make sure that we have a really broad definition of what the word art is in order to help everybody engage.
Well, Lundy says the Downtown Bangor Partnership will be holding another Sidewalk Art Festival later on this fall.
Oh, how nice. I'll have to check that one out. Well, that's all the time that we have left for this hour, but you can join us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22.
Thanks for being there, everyone. We hope you have a wonderful day.
ABC 7, Fox 22. The place we call home, telling Maine stories wherever you roam. From sunrise shores to forests of pine, hard work, strong hearts, values that shine. From old towns to harbors, back roads to ocean blue. Neighbors helping neighbors in all that we do.
Webb's RV Center has a 4-acre lot with over 75 previously owned campers all on sale, plus another 4 acres of new RVs and motorhomes. Webb's RV will take anything in trade. You can buy a camper anywhere, but be sure to buy your next camper at your local neighbor. A website can't service your RV, but Webb's RV will, and they have the biggest service department in the state of Maine to help you enjoy your RV or motorhome.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on and the pencil is sharp.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Good morning, America.
The Rockmount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, the deadline is approaching for the Maine Democratic Party to submit a new nominee for the U.S. Senate. We'll have the details coming up.
Plus, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is seeking the whereabouts of an Eddington woman in connection with an infant overdose. We'll have the latest ahead.
And the Greater Bangor Daughters of the American Revolution held an event honoring veterans and members of the community.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We hope you had a great weekend. We'll have all the day's news coming up.
Sure will.
Boy, we had great weather over the weekend. Sunny skies. It was perfect for the lobster boat races yesterday.
It was absolutely perfect down there on the harbor and on the coast.
Yeah, thanks again to everyone who helped make that special program possible.
That was fantastic.
Had a great day.